Shabbat Shalom. This morning we celebrate with Melissa and her amazing family as she becomes a bat mitzvah. Melissa has prepared for this day with wisdom and care and deep commitment. She's not only stepping into Jewish adulthood, she is stepping into leadership and showing us what the next generation of Jewish people can look like. And when we witness a young person step forward like this, we can't help but feel hope. Hope for the future of our community and hope for the future of our Torah. But Jewish tradition asks us to balance this hope with honesty. Torah reminds us that pride in the next generation must always be paired with realism about the struggles that every generation will face. In this week's portion, Vayelech, Moses is preparing to leave his people. He writes down the words of Torah, he hands leadership over to Joshua, and he gathers Israel for one final message. And what does God say to him in that moment? God does not offer reassurance that everything will go smoothly. Instead, God says, "This people will rise up and will go astray. They will abandon the covenant." It's striking that at the very moment when leadership is being handed forward, God declares that these people will fail. And yet, even in that stark truth, there is also immense hope. God does not give up on them. Instead, God gives them Torah, God gives them song, God gives them the tools of memory and return. The rabbis tell a parable. A child once wandered far away from home. The king sent a message to them saying, "It's time for you to return." But the child replied, "I can't come back. I'm too far away." And the king answered, "Then return as much as you are able, and I will come the rest of the way to meet you." This parable draws out what God gives Israel in Vayelech, not a guarantee of perfection, but the possibility of teshuvah. We are not expected to cover the whole distance. God only asks for us to turn even a little bit towards home. This idea permeates my own life, especially in these days as a mom to a toddler. She can become extremely frustrated by her inability to express herself or by my inability to understand her. And I can feel myself in these moments starting to get swept up in that overwhelm. A friend once told me that when that happens, I should look at her hands. Just look down and notice how small they are. This reminder, which I'm using every day these days, has helped me to see not just the frustration, but my child, almost 2 years old, and trying so hard. It helps me soften and make space for her to try again, to return to herself, and to return to me. And isn't this the same posture that we hope God models for us? We cry out, we are misunderstood, we are frustrated by where we've found ourselves. Perhaps, and especially in these liminal days, God looks down and notices how small our hands are, how human we are, and meets us with compassion. This is the heart of the High Holy Days. The liturgy of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur assumes our imperfection. Ashamnu, bagadnu, gazalnu, we confess as a community, acknowledging that our failure is inevitable and also that teshuvah is always possible. In this season, we are reminded to be human is not to be flawless, but to be courageous enough to return again and again to our truest selves, to one another, and to God. In most arenas of life, failure feels like the end of the story. A mistake at work or a broken relationship, a word spoken in anger, and we tell ourselves, that's it, the damage is done. But our Torah insists otherwise. God tells Moses in Vayelech, I know the people will fall, and I am building into the covenant the possibility of their return. Just as the king in the parable meets the child on the road, so too does God meet us halfway. Straying is part of our story, not the end of it. And that is why we call this Shabbat, Shabbat Shuva, the Sabbath of return. It is the pause between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur where we lean into the truth of human fallibility and into the greater truth that we can choose to come back. Moses does not get to enter the promised land, and that is his human limitation. But he ensures that the people have the tools to continue the journey, Torah and song, memory and courage, and that is his return. That is his legacy. And so too for us, even if and when we fall short, our return can still become our legacy. These days of awe give us the space to come back, not just once, but as many times as we need. Avinu Malkeinu, our parent, our sovereign. The liturgy offers us these two names and two truths. Avinu, the one who loves us like a parent, who aches when we wander, who runs to meet us when we take even one step towards home. Malkeinu, the ineffable one who rules the universe, who calls us to account, and who holds us to a standard higher than we can hold ourselves. Together, these names bind the strands of our season, love and responsibility, compassion and accountability. On this Shabbat Shuva, may we each find the courage to return. Shabbat Shalom.